place in a testing lobby, much like this one. I met a man named Peter Griffin, a very fun fellow. He came up to me and he said, "Storyteller, storyteller, I need your help." You see, Peter Griffin had not many coins to his name, a total of 3. And so I offered to help. We set out on a raft to the northern gem island, the one that spirals, you know it. We reached the island, began to climb. Little did we know, though, that a runner was sneaking up on us with intention to kill us. And so we beat the beast at the top of the spiral island, and that's when I heard our ship blow up. I very quickly turned to Peter Griffin and I said, "We must swim, my friend. We must swim away from the island before the runner can catch us." And we began to do just that. I dealt with my shark, I dealt with his shark, and we began to swim. Unfortunately, the runner overheard us. The runner overheard us and began to follow. I very valiantly turned to my friend.
You interrupted the story.
I very valiantly turned to my friend Peter Griffin and I said, "I will distract the runner. You must swim back to port." And so, my dance with the runner began. Dodging, ducking, diving, weaving every cannonball, every pistol shot, every axe that they could possibly throw at me. But not one touched me. After 5 to 10 minutes of this, back and forth between me and the runner, a second one appeared on the horizon. At the time, I figured I must be saved, for there was no way a secondary runner would be there to kill me. But I was wrong. The second runner came and began to join the first in slinging cannonballs at me. They wanted me dead. I realized that I could not keep up this game for very long, so I began to swim to find Peter Griffin to regroup. I did find him, but the runners caught up. Peter Griffin very heroically tried to board one of them and kill the crew. He was dead before I could reach him. But this is not a story about Peter Griffin. This is a story of me. I then began to lead the runners away, swam back around in a circle, and grabbed his chest. I knew that if I could bring his chest back to port, our journey would not be for naught. And so I began the harrowing task of swimming back to port. Stroke by stroke, I made it ever closer. But the runners were right behind me. And I had been swimming for quite a while. Started to make mistakes. Cannonballs started to hit me. I was losing health. There was a brief moment where I was able to slip away, just for a breath, just for a moment. And that was one of the few mistakes I made. You see, unbeknownst to me, one of these runners could hear me breathing, knew where I was at all times. And at that moment I realized that if I didn't keep moving, that if I stopped for even a second, I would surely perish. And so I began, once again, my flight back to port. I swam some more. Cannonballs were taking me left and right. Eventually I could see the port flags, I knew I was almost there. I kept going, I kept swimming. Eventually I was down to 25 health, and if you don't know, one more cannonball shot would have killed me. I was coming in hot, hands about to reach the flags, when the final cannonball hit me right in the head.
Shut the fuck up.
But by that point, I had reached the zone, and I was safe.
Oh
I was able to find my friend.